Friday, we were going to Epcot. We wanted to look at all the rides we could take. As you could see, there were about 9 of them, and our strategy was try to go to the most popular, those 3 on the left, first. It was our mission to hit Guardians of the Galaxy right after rope drop because that was the one that has the biggest wait time and has its own special $16 pass. So we were in that 40-minute line, but they had some good entertaining things at the side. I would have taken more pictures, but I needed to go to the bathroom going in. And it was a fun ride. Lots of stars, some spinning. It was worth the wait, just not a double wait. There were some scenes, pretty much like It's a Small World after all. You just float around in a boat and look at stuff. Maybe a 40-minute line. Didn't really seem like it was worth the wait. After we got out of Frozen, we explored some of the countries. We were in Norway because that's where Frozen was. We got some pictures in Mexico. There was a cool pyramid there. We stopped by Canada and watched a video on what Canada's like. It was a big 360 view. Got some great pictures by some totem poles and worked up an appetite for lunch. So we stopped by this Moroccan place because where else can we try Moroccan? And they had some lamb kebabs, chicken kebabs, and some bread. And so lamb and chicken cost like $6 each, and then the bread cost $5. We all split it among the family. It was pretty good, especially the chicken. They have some pretty good flavorings. After eating, we wanted to attack the other 2 top-of-the-list things, Remy's in Ratatouille Adventure and Soarin' Around the World. We found Remy's had a 40-minute wait, so we ran over there. And Shahora and Sienna and I got in line, but Jav and Granners went through the single riders to see if that was faster. Apparently, it's a third of the wait. And yet, we still stuck with standing in the Remy's line. When we saw the Remy's, we found it was pretty much like Frozen. Lots of scenery. There was a splash of mop water on our face, which is kind of gross. But worth the 40-minute wait? I don't think so. But that left us free to explore the rest of the park at our leisure, because we found that the other adventure, Soarin' Around the World, had a low wait time pretty much at all the time. When we did go, they had it nice and set up like we were boarding an airplane flight, and we soared across the world. Got to see the Great Wall of China and a whole bunch of different things. We went to an imagination ride, which was basically singing imagination worship songs. Then we went on a shell ride, which ended up in an aquarium. Kind of reminded me of the Dallas World Aquarium. We went on a ride that showed us a tour of Earth preservation through the outdoors, which was nice. And outside, we got to see Moana's theme area related to water. It kind of reminded me of the children's garden at the Dallas Arboretum. You could play music with the water by stopping it from falling. I just love that it was outside. You could wave your hands and make the music dance. You could wave your hands and make the water dance. Make it jump. You could wave your hands and make the water rise. And you could jump and make the water squirt. So a lot of cool things you can do with water in Moanaville. There was even Queen Vashti or Rashiki or whatever her name is from Moana. When it was time for lunch, we got some basically pepperoni rolls. It was called ravioli pizza or something like that, but it was just like Tostitos pizza rolls. And so we split those as a family, and then I was on the hunt for this Club Cool place, which I remember from high school, where you can try the sodas from all different countries around the world. I remembered it was less than I imagined, but I didn't remember it was just like 8 different sodas. First run through, tried them, and I liked 3 of them. Second run through, I didn't really like any of them. But we all agreed that one of them was the worst. And by this point, I had some pretty severe blisters on my feet, so I tried to switch into my flip-flops and found out that was no help at all. And so I was pretty much limping the rest of the day, but we still had quite a bit of exploring to do. We went under that Omni Dome that you always see representing Epcot, and that was pretty cool. It had a survey that you could fill out as you rode around about what you want to do for your future, and then it gave some suggestions for how to get there. It had a lot of interactive stuff at the end of it. Then we went to outer space, where you could choose to ride Earth or Mars. We started with Earth because Brooke warned us that Mars can give a lot of pressure. Earth was a pretty easy flight and landing. Mars had a crash landing and got a little bit of motion sickness for me and Daddy. Jav said it was really fun and very short wait for that. And then we were left to explore the countries. So we went to China and saw a show about China, and stopped in the China shop and saw some souvenirs the girls wanted to secure. Had to run a couple countries over for Sienna's bathroom break, and then we split up so that Daddy and Granners can go explore the other half of the worlds, and me and Sienna can go back for that souvenir. We stopped for quite a few pictures along the way. And then we met back up at the end, where Daddy bought us some fish and chips to enjoy, as we watched the beautiful, impressive firework display, which I discovered cost about $20,000 each night they did it. But it was a very impressive firework display and a great visit to Epcot at Disney.